I heard it you say, I kept it with me for a year. And what that signaled is that the you came in, the you, the sense of yourself, and it became a relationship. And in that moment, you see, what happens is that in that instant that it was so fully revealed, actually you were not there.
Mm-hmm.
It threw you out, as I said, and it replaced your absence. It was only it. And it and you, same thing. It threw out the not you. And it takes a while for us to somehow recognize that this source and yourself are one. Now, if the sense of I remains there in some way, then that I will treat it as an experience. And if it becomes an experience for you, then every experience has beginning and has duration as ending also, you see. It becomes a phenomenal thing. On the other hand, if it is experienced, that what is happening here, is you are enjoying the perfume of the self, which is your own self, and you're enjoying. It's there. The perfume may come and go, but the self does not come and go. And yourself and it is same thing. It won't go. It never went anywhere, actually. It didn't go. But something moved and seemed to eclipse it. A relationship, an idea, an identity believed in, seemed to create again some persona over it. And then the attention is living in the notion or the mode of a person again. And somehow this, which is, it cannot move because it is infinite. In that moment that it was in its full display, there was no one to measure it. It alone was enjoying itself, know itself, you see. But because of the contrast that a second before, a person seemed to have been there, and then it is gone somehow in the bright light of that awareness. But still, the sense of the person was not destroyed. It came back in, and maybe the suggestion inside that is that oh, wow, this is wonderful, or something. But actually, you are it. Still, the person's sense must come back because it's a long association, and gradually it comes back in, but not with the same strength. And because of this discovery, which before you were searching to have a discovery like this, then when it happened, the search, in a sense, is not necessary. You are here. And gradually, this self-love develops, and the sense of separation begins to thin away, like it has no reality. So gradually the person is bleached out, thins away. And this abiding one, it is still felt very powerfully as the sense of presence. And presence is not personal. It is like a very beautiful detachment, a state of beautiful detachment and awareness. Sometimes I use the example that if you've been traveling for some time, some of you, I'm sure you've traveled away from the usual place you live for maybe 6 months or a year. And then you have to go back, you go home again. And when you go home, everything is there. All the streets, all the houses, the neighbors, the shops and everything. The children maybe grow a little bit and so on. But you know all of this. And yet there's a detachment from it. People come to fill you in with the whole stories, who's got married, who's got divorced, who's got new children, all these things. And you understand all these stories. You understand everything that's being said. But it doesn't touch you. It doesn't go in. Like it doesn't come through the solar plexus of being. It seems to be just, yes, you understand. But you are not plugged in so deeply. This begins to happen more and more in your natural state. you know everything is there. It's not that it vanishes. But the impact of it and the meaning that it used to have for you, that is thinned out quite a bit. So you're familiar with it, but the impact of it is not strong for you. And there's a beautiful detachment, a space that is there that must be honored. Sometimes mind comes and you get the sense that, oh, I don't fit in anymore. And you feel a little bit sort of like an outsider. And some people, they don't like, they panic. And they try furiously to get back in. But others see the beauty of it. They say, wow, I can be here. I'm not pulled into anybody's story. It is understood, I understand what they say, but I'm not caught up in that traffic anymore. You can see it. You may stay like this for a while, but gradually, you adjust again and go back into the role you left in the whole time. But some people don't. They manage to keep this beautiful aliveness, this freshness, where everything is familiar, but nothing is suffocating. You see? And it's not that you don't care. It's just that you don't mind. Not I don't care about that. No, I don't mind how it is. Because I don't have any emotional or psychological investment in anything that is arising. It is a beautiful freedom. You have not rejected anyone, but simply nothing is so sticky for you, you see. Then you become more self-aware in the natural way of your own being and the vibration of presence. It becomes a new climate for you, and a very agreeable one. But it is still a powerful thing that happened for you, because as you say, now I know it is possible. Now I know it is real. Not simply I believe, you have experienced as verified for you that it is possible. You see? Now the question may come, how is it possible that such a thing could stay? You see? That the mind doesn't come back, or I, whatever I am, does not go back into mind again. Sure it is. Something is adjusting, you see. Now you know, and so it's not anymore, I wonder if, you know. And something becomes more open to this. Because compared to what you have tasted, the regular life has very little to offer of that profundity of experience and depth of that wisdom and freedom, this lightness of being. What can give you this? Maybe you experience something but only momentary in daily life, like that. Which is fine. Daily life has its beauties also. It has its beauties. It has its creativity, its wonderfulness. But when you have tasted, you've had this self-taste. It is something very, this is another level of consciousness. So pure, so. Minds come back because if you have been living under the jurisdiction of the mafia, you're paying your rent to the mafia, okay? And he takes care of everything, you know, when the garbage trucks, they have to come on time, everything is coming on time. You're looking after the client. And you think, oh, Mr. Mafia, you're so good, thank you so much. Until you want to leave. I'm going away to live somewhere else. And then it does not work like that, okay? I can't afford to lose this rent. Come on, get back in your house. You see? You say, whoa, this is not good. You want to be free. I said, but I'm free. I can go where I want. Nice idea. It's like that. So the minute you have tried to escape and you get caught, and then he's keeping an eye on you. Sometimes it feels like this. You have tasted, many people have come and they have also shared their experience. sometimes just after a powerful insight, comes resistance and doubts come very strongly. Why this dynamic is happening? Doubts come furiously. You're not good enough. It's not going to happen. Like this. For a while, this play continue, and you have to be aware of that. Now, the doubt also is a sensation. If I don't identify with it, it evaporates. Because it comes, it can only live if it connects with something. The thought has to connect with the thinker, then it combusts into something, it makes something. If it comes and it has no client, he has to evaporate. He has no other choice but to go back into oblivion, go back into emptiness. You see? Because you don't have to transcend something that has no meaning for you. If something has no meaning for you, you don't have to work at transcending it. It doesn't even register in your consciousness. It's only those things that have meaning for you. And then somehow you're struggling to, overcome the meaning and the impact of the meaning for you. Then you say that you will transcend. But how many things you have to transcend? Not much. Most things in life don't trouble you. Just if 1, 2, or 3 things, enough. Because when they come, they get inflated inside your consciousness, and you are struggling just to get some air from them. But now you are discovering that the one who is struggling, this one is not your final truth, is not really what you are also. It's another mask you're wearing. The one who is struggling, it is the favorite hanging out place for the consciousness, the belief, I am this person. I'm getting better, I'm growing more spiritually and so on. It is within the dream itself, you see. But it is believed so deeply, no one questions it. Nobody questions it, you see. So it's as though your spirituality must begin there, at the place of your assumed identity, where it is the most strong. We start to work there. And then you try to move forward from there. But this is the beauty of this non-dual pointing, because it begins to look from the very first point. But who is this guy who is saying, I'm not attracted to this, I've done all these things. Who is speaking there? And it might take you by surprise, because you don't expect your inquiry to start so early. You see, in many paths, things go on because the ego is included in the journey. He says, come on, we're journeying, we're getting better. And we like to, we like getting more spiritual, yes, we're getting better. Now I can meditate for 2 hours. And look, I'm more silent than you. He likes to keep this. But from the outset, what is strong in this path is that from the outset is being scrutinized. But who is this one also? Who is going on the journey and becoming? Who is it? Take a look. And something feels very uncomfortable. It's like, wow, steady on. Not so quick, Give me some space. But who wants this thing? I don't think this is the right path for me. I didn't come here to be upset by you. You see, you're onto him, you see. So only the ones who are strong, they catch it. Look, already, he's caught me from the very first. I went to show him my muscles and he caught me. You see? So this is the power of the inquiry, because it is starting that the one who wants to make the journey, the one, you see, who you're holding on to, is the very one you should throw away. This is too strong. This is too strong. I come here to grow and to become better. You're chopping me up. Is there any space beyond this one? Or is this the Alpha and Omega? Who is this one? It is standing like it is, yes, I have done already so much training, I've done meditation, I've done all these things, yeah? Zazen, I've done many of these. But now, just bless. He said, but you are who, you see? And still, people are confused by this and says, what's he talking about, You're not being helpful. Okay, who is the one to get help? Who is the one to receive the help? Go on, tell me. Who is the one to receive the help? You see? So it's me, I come here, I'm very sincere about it. So this is the power of inquiry. And it will bring up very strong reactions because the very one you're trying to protect is the very one who is creating all this struggle to be free when you are in fact free.